Palabras Comunes by Jose Triana. Part 1, Scene 1. 1914. Victoria enters, takes off her hat and veil. Her face expresses a certain exaltation and upset. Flops down on an easy chair.
A respectable woman, a truly respectable woman, is incapable of doing what Teresa does.
But times change, Carmen.
No, they don't, Juanita. No, they don't.
You carry things too far.
That's the way it is, like it or not.
Adriana, Victoria's daughter, enters with a rag doll in her arms.
Mommy, are you sick?
No, sweetie. A slight headache. I'm sure the cool of the evening will make it go away.
The sun's almost gone. Can I go play with my friends?
Run along, dear. Run along.
I love you so much. Bye.
Paulita, an elderly black maid, has entered dressed in an impeccable uniform. She takes Adriana and they exit. Don't run, child, you'll hurt yourself. A little girls' chorus is singing outside about mothers who marry off their little girls to little boys they don't love.
I will always be a respectable woman. Heavens help me. Oh, I'm old, I'm fat, I'm tired. Ugh, it's hot, like an oven. Neat and clean. Where? Where? No. No. Respectable women, dear God.
Lights fade slowly. Scene 2. The children's singing intensifies. The darkness is almost total.
Victoria. Victoria.
Victoria's face appears. It is that of a child.
Victoria! Victoria!
Lights up. Carmen is picking flowers in the garden. Ricardo, her husband, reads his newspapers. It is 1894. Alicia, a young girl of 12, dresses her doll. Gaston, about 10, plays with a yo-yo.
Look, Gaston, I can do it better than you can.
Young lady, look at you. Alicia, your bow, straighten it. Look at your sister. 8 years old and already a tomboy.
Alicia rushes toward Victoria. They struggle. Scene 3. Antonia, Ricardo's older sister, enters with a dog in her arms. She is dressed with sober elegance.
It's your own fault, my dear. Why do you let them do it? Plant a breeze and reap a storm.
What do I let them do?
Isn't that right, my little Titania?
She pets and cuddles her dog.
You're not going to get your own way. Mama, Victoria won't.
You annoy me. I'm saying it to your face.
Mama, Victoria won't.
It's the truth. What difference does spending the blessed day over a hot stove make? Sweeping floors, washing down patios, and fighting endless cobwebs. Neat and clean, yes. As fast as you can, not a moment to catch your breath. But here, if it were up to me, they'd toe the line. You indulge them. I would have nipped those games in the bud. All that chasing through the garden and the orchard.
Alicia gives up. Victoria rocks on the swing very gently. Alicia scolds her. Gaston puts his yo-yo in his pants pocket. He runs toward Alicia's doll, picks it up, and exits howling like some kind of savage. Alicia runs after him and grabs him. They struggle and fall to the ground.
They'd sit indoors like mummies, lined up like a regiment, on guard for all eternity. Look at that spectacle! Quit it!
Isn't that what you want?
Now you'll see.
Gaston, leave your sister alone.
I can't believe it. And it will only get worse.
Ricardo, do something. These children have the devil in them. Let me see, child.
A splinter, Mommy.
That's for disobeying. God doesn't punish you with sticks and stones. It's nothing, Victoria. And you? Why do you tease the girls? I don't like it.
Mama.
Oh, no excuses, Gaston.
You won't let me play with the boys around here. You're making me.
Oh, get that out of your head.
Mama, I get bored.
The boy needs to go to school.
To turn him into a hoodlum? Alicia, pull your skirt down and don't pump so hard.
But Gaston does, Mama.
He is a boy and he can do it. You are little girls and should act accordingly. I'm sorry, dear, but not for anything in the world. They have their Aunt Antonia, and they have me. Starting today, she can teach in catechism and sacred history. I'll teach them grammar and arithmetic, geography, history. Oh, and the girls will learn embroidery and sewing with me.
Yes. Keep your eye on those little furies.
I want my children to be living examples, especially the girls. Modest, reserved, like the best crystal filigree.
What does that mean, Mommy?
That. What that, Victoria?
What you said, Mommy.
Don't ask so many questions. You sound like a snooty little know-it-all, as your father says. And if you keep it up, you will become a hopeless materialist.
Carmen sits down on a small rocker near Ricardo's easy chair. Ricardo throws the newspaper on the table.
We're one step away from war. No one can save us.
That's how you greet me? I want to be with you and boom. Like an annoying fly, your pessimism buzzes in.
Pessimism? No. Realism.
The newspaper upset you.
I'm convinced of it, Carmen.
Then you get an idea in your head.
Someone with experience knows.
You've just left me one section.
The last anonymous message we received.
Don't talk to me about that.
It said that the war being prepared was in the United States.
Please, Ricardo.
The threat exists. It exists.
Oh, Ricardo, we're always being threatened in this country. From the time I could reason. There's an old desire here for delirium, a need to... Oh, Mama used to say, child, wherever there's a disaster, you'll find a Cuban.
No, Carmen, I am speaking precisely and seriously. I know this makes you nervous. You find it unacceptable.
What do you mean?
My dear, we've already had two. One in 68, one in 79. 2 wars. It's not as though we don't know the signs.
I think it's nonsense for you to start. For you, for me, for us, for the children.
What, do we toss the experience in the garbage? Think about it a little. Reflect on it. Doesn't please me to have to think about all this, least of all at this time when the new crop's just in. But if we are not prepared, it could be worse.
What are you basing this on? What makes you think that war is right outside our door?
Simple experience. It's not the newspapers, it's not the rumors or the anonymous talk, it's all of them together. It's something physical, something in the air.
If anyone heard you, they'd think you were crazy.
Laugh if you want to. When the Great War broke out in 68, not the slightest idea. I didn't know, it's true. I was 15. I was in La Habana, studying with the Jesuits. Nothing was happening in La Habana. Well, some gunfire outside the city, some bandits and delinquents. Mama wrote long letters alluding to it, and I did not understand. I couldn't understand. Papa had died. She hid that from me. She would write, for example, that my 2 older brothers were going to abandon her, that my sister Antonia would hide in the corner crying, and that the sheets of music to Claire de Lune were missing. Oh, and the keys. Some things you could call absurd, laughable. She wanted me to return. I didn't understand. I extended my stay. Why? My mother's determination. Why? And when I found out the sad truth head on, when I learned that my 2 brothers had died in the war and that we practically lost our entire fortune, and Tony and I found ourselves alone, well, then I understood. Painfully, halfway understood.
Ricardo,